Hi.
How are you?
I am good. I am incredibly nervous.
Really nervous.
Yeah, I'm incredibly nervous, but I'm good. I'm doing really good. How about you?
Good. I'm excited for this session. So
Me too. Me too. So I truly don't. I watched the video, but I still don't quite. I know like what you do. Like I know what it is, but I don't understand how it works. Do I need to go get a magnet?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. You're good.
All right.
You're good. Just as you are. Just as you are. So basically, with the power of intention, I'm just going to act as proxy for and in behalf of you, or connect to you through the universe, whatever you want to call it. And I'm basically going to muscle test or ask your body questions, and then I'm going to release them with a magnet for and in behalf of you. And I'm basically releasing those balls of energy that are stuck inside of your body. Does that make sense?
Yes. Okay. Yes,
So
that makes sense.
sometimes it doesn't always like 100% fully make sense until you actually experience it for yourself. But yeah, let's try it. So
Okay. What do you need to know about me first?
name, age, a specific pain or issue that you want to work on, and then the severity of it. So like on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest and then 10 being like the most severe.
Okay, so my name is Caitlin. My age is 27. And which issue do I pick?
So I can work on anything physical, so like physical discomfort or pain. And then I can work on anxiety, depression, PTSD, triggers. I can work on abundance blocks. I can work on pretty much anything you can think of. Except growing back limbs or organs. I don't do that yet, so.
Yeah, me either. I feel you. Okay, so as I told you, I am a medium, but I just recently learned that I'm a medium. So I'm still trying to develop that area of my gifts, but due to, trauma, depression, anxiety, I have really severe ADHD, bipolar disorder. There's just this wall that I can't get past. So, and I think, honestly, I think that my biggest issue is the trauma and the depression. That's my biggest, what holds me back the most, I think.
Okay. So when you say depression, do you mean like a deep-seated sadness, or is it like no motivation, like you can't get out of bed, like life is really hard, like heaviness?
Yes.
Okay. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate that?
A solid 10.
Okay. Okay. So let's go ahead and have a quick moment of silence, and then we'll get to it.
Okay, great.
How long ago did you just learn that you were a medium?
I want to say October.
So just recently.
Yeah. And the only reason that I even figured it out is because I was actively channeling somebody's mother on live and didn't realize it. I had no idea what I was doing. Yeah. So now it's just a thing that it happens when it happens. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. I can't turn it off and on yet. You know what I'm saying? So.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's fairly new.
Okay, so depression, 10 out of 10, let's do this. So do you have a trapped emotion release now that's causing your depression? 1, 3, 5. So fear is the first emotion that pops up. When did this occur? Age 10, 20, 19, 18, 17. Age 17. Do we need to know more about this? Do you recognize that?
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the magnet and just release that for and in behalf of you. So like proxy. So did we release that? Do you have another emotion we can release now that is causing this depression? 1, 3. rejection. When did this occur? 10, 20, 20, 19, 18, 17, age 17. We need to know more about this. Release that. Your face, I love it. You release that. Do you have another emotion to release now that's causing this depression? Maybe 1 through 5. Interesting. This is a creative insecurity. Creative insecurity is kind of like an insecurity to create things. So this could be like kids. It could be like writer's block. It could be anything that's preventing you from getting into that creative mode and just creating. So
that's where my ADHD comes into play.
When did this occur? Page 10, 20, 30, 28, 7, 6, 5, 4. Age 24. Do we need to know more about this? No? Okay, let's just go ahead and release that. Did we release that? Do you have another trapped emotion that we release now that is causing you to feel depressed? Maybe not 1, 3. Sadness. So when is 10, 20, 27, 65, age 25. Do we need to know more about this? No. Let's go ahead and release that.
Wow.
Do you recognize that one too?
That one's really significant. Really significant.
Wow. Crazy.
I'll share with you whenever you're done.
Okay. Okay, so do you have another trapped emotion release now that's causing this depression? Maybe 1, 5. Terror, like being terrified. When did this occur? 10, 20, 20, 19, age 19. We need to know more about it. What? Let's release that.
It's emotion code healing.
Do you understand now?
Yeah. Yep, I get it.
Okay. Do you have another trapped emotion to release now that's causing your depression? Maybe 1 through 5. Unsupported. When did this occur? 10, 20, 20, 19, 18, age 18. Do we need to know more about this? No? Release it. Everybody's like, light bulb. Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
I feel like I'm running out of reactions.
Yes. All right. Wow. So, do you have another trapped emotion to release now that's causing your depression? Maybe 1, 3. Defensiveness. This has a lot to do with the trauma that you've experienced. When did this occur? 10, 20, 29, age 16. Do you need to know more about this? Let's go ahead. Do you recognize that one too?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Release that. Do we release that? Do you have another emotion that can release now that is causing your depression? Another one. Betrayal. When did 10, 20, 20, 19, 17, 18? This is the best. I love this. Release that.
What age was that one?
17.
Jesus.
Do you have another emotion release that's causing this depression? Maybe even 2. Lack of control. When did it 10, 20, 30, 20? So this is recently, age 27. We need to know more about this. So I feel like it's it has a lot to do with the mediumship. It's almost like you have no control over.
Yes.
Release all that. Did we correct that? Do you have another emotion? I'm getting goosebumps. This is such a good session.
Yeah. Wow.
Do you have another trapped emotion release now that's causing your depression? Maybe another one. Love unreceived. Love unreceived is kind of like putting forth your love towards someone and then them not reciprocating it the way that you needed it. When did this occur? 10, 20, 27, 6, 5, age 25. Do we need to know more about this? No. Let's go ahead and release that. Didn't release that. Do you have another emotion to release now that is causing this this depression? Maybe even 2. Low self-esteem. When did this 10, 20, 27, age 26? You need to know more about this. Let's go ahead. Do you recognize that one?
Wait, what was that one again? I'm sorry, I had to block somebody.
No, you're good. Low self-esteem at age 26.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and release that. Did we correct that? Do you have another emotion to release now that's causing this depression? Maybe another one. Okay, so this is an inherited trapped emotion. So at conception, your parents not only pass on their DNA, but they also pass on their emotional baggage. So thanks, mom and dad. And yeah. So this is inherited betrayal. Who'd you get this from? Your mom, not your dad?
My mom.
His dad. His mom, his dad. So this actually came from your dad's side. So your dad's. How many generations total is this? More than 10, 9, 8. So 8 generations total.
Wow. That explains my biological father today.
So we're going to release this from you, the person who started it, and everybody else down the line. And that also includes kids if you have them.
Wow.
Release that. Oh my gosh, I love it. Do you have another trapped emotion to release now that is causing this depression? Maybe 1, 3. Self-abuse. Self-abuse is like being really hard on yourself. Oh, yeah. When did this occur? 10, 20, 29, 28, 16, 14. Age 14. Do we need to know more about this? Release that. It's a hard year. It's a hard year. Did we correct that? Do you have another emotion to release now that's causing your depression? Okay. Are you okay?
Yeah, that one just like, ooh, that one hit hard. That's when my addiction started, and that is when that's when I came out to my family about the sexual abuse that I experienced. So yeah, that was rough. Yeah, so that's when the addiction started, and a lot of self-harm. Yeah, so that that was intense. Ooh.
So let's have you go ahead and just stand up, walk around, take 10 steps, move your shoulders, move your neck, give me a little shimmy, a little bit of twerking, get it.
Yeah.
Really big deep breaths.
Wow. That's incredible. That is incredible. I don't even have words. I truly don't even know what to say. That was the most amazing thing I think I've ever experienced in my entire life. And yeah, you should definitely also like look into being a Reiki practitioner, because oh my God. I mean, I know you help thousands of people doing this, but I just feel like that would just add, or like a 2-in-1 type of thing or something. Cause that, man, that's powerful. And I came into this feeling really anxious and unsettled, and that's not there anymore. And I don't want to cry again. So I just feel
like a release.
Yeah. Like an entirely different person. And I could actively feel it being taken from me, you know, as if I was just like shedding clothes and passing them off. And yeah, like a massive energy release.
I am seriously so grateful I got to do this session for you.
Yeah, me too.
So here's the final question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate that depression that you were feeling?
I don't feel anything surrounding depression or anxiety anymore. And I've just been kind of, you know, I walk through my days like just kind of bobbing and weaving and just existing. So to feel like I just feel present for the first time in a very long time. That's a really big deal for me. I literally can't even thank you enough. I don't even have the words. I feel like a human being instead of just, you know, a robot. Or, yeah, instead of just existing because I have to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's incredible.
Yay! I am seriously so happy for you. You have no idea, like, I can sense a lot of people's, like, the light inside of them, and holy mother forking shirt balls. Like, oh my gosh, your light has, like brightened so much just from one small session.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
That's intense. I can feel. The only way that I can explain it is like I took the veil off, or you know, the fog has cleared. Like I walk around all the time in a brain fog, not really knowing what I'm doing, not being able to formulate a plan. Like I have no time management skill, like nothing, and it's chaotic, and it gives me a lot of anxiety, and so that feels really nice. It feels really nice to feel normal.
To me, when I released like my heart wall and stuff, it literally felt like a couple different ways, like taking off a backpack full of rocks and you're just like, oh, I can breathe. Or another thing is like when I released my heart wall, it was almost like this feeling of like stepping out of a bomb shelter for the first time in like 20 years and being like,
yeah,
what is this place? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, and almost like realizing that you never even had to be in that bomb shelter.
Exactly.
Like, there was never anything to hide from. And yeah, and so the dates and the significances.
Yes.
Okay. Of those dates,
What?
You just missed it.
Are you on live?
Yes, I am.
Oh, Lord.
I'll have to play it back for you to see. But this is, I'm sorry, what's your name?
Kirsten.
I kept wanting to say Kristen or Kendra. Kirsten. And she does what's called emotion code healing. And so we just worked on like my depression and like trauma and stuff. And so like she'll ask if there are any emotions connected to that feeling that need to be released and like where it stems from and like what age. And she pointed out age 14, which is when my addiction started.
Don't hide me from those people.
Which is when my addiction started, and when my family found out about the abuse that I had experienced. Mm-hmm. And age 16 and 17, when my relationship with who first started, and the trauma started. I was in a really severely abusive relationship with my son's father for like 6 years. And so from the age of 16 to, how old was I? 23. Yeah, like 16 to 23. I was being heavily abused. And then at age 25 in 2020, we went to court for custody of my son. I made the mistake of going to court without an attorney, and I lost. I lost custody of my son. Yeah. And so that was really traumatic for me, really traumatic. He's home now. I have custody of him now. So, you know, fine now, but a lot of trauma. And, you know, and the rejection that you talked about also, I also experienced while in that relationship. And yeah, I mean, it just, all of it was extremely significant. And every single one of those dates and ages, like, I can't express enough how significant and accurate it was. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. I'm going to have to play it back so that my wife, this is my wife, by the way, Shelby.
Hi.
Yeah, so, and now I'm going to give Kirsten a reading as a trade for her beautiful, incredible, wonderful, beautiful, incredible services.
Thank you.
And no, thank you. It literally is the least that I could do, and just hope that it gives you as much clarity and healing as you just gave me.
Yeah. So people have been asking how to get a session. So everything's linked in my bio. So if you go click on the link in my bio and click on the button that says schedule an introductory session, the first session is $39. So you're welcome to go schedule there. So
yeah, and it is so worth it. It is so worth it. Watch the video. It's like 25 minutes long, but it's worth it, and it's important. You need to watch it. Yep. But yeah, definitely book a session. $39 ain't shit. You spend $39. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So yeah, please do. And everybody on my side too. Everybody's been asking. I didn't want to interrupt. Yeah, go book a session with her.
Does anybody have any questions before we do the reading?
How do we rewatch it? So it records, my TikTok records every live feed.
And then I'll be posting it on my YouTube if you're okay with that.
Yes, I'm perfectly okay with that. That works. Because I can only post up to 3 minutes at a time.
Okay.
Yeah. So everybody that has been asking, go to her page. You should be able to just click on her name over there on her side. And I'm sorry, I just got a comment that distracted me.
It's okay.
I see you, Janae. Yeah, go click on her name on her side. Go to the link in her bio. Watch her, Millie. So if you go to her page, her YouTube will be linked in her bio. So when you go to her page, look next to the follow button where it says follow. Click the follow button, and then the Instagram icon next to it. Tap on that, and at the very bottom of the page, it'll bring up Instagram or YouTube. Click on YouTube. It'll reroute you to her page. Okay. If you guys want to watch what just happened, go to her YouTube and watch it. She'll post it whenever she posts it. Just make sure that you're following her. Please go follow her. Wow. So, okay. So, my turn.
Yes.
So I offer several different kinds of readings. I do general readings. General is all inclusive. Whatever spirit needs you to know is what we're going to talk about. Nothing is off limits. Mental health, relationship, career, so on and so on. A love reading is not a relationship reading. Love reading is going to be about things you need to improve on or work on for your current relationship or for your meaningful relationship, the one you're supposed to be in. Although I know you're married, so I'm just giving you the short. Yes. And a relationship reading, self-explanatory, as well as a career reading, also self-explanatory. But just please know that it doesn't matter what kind of reading you choose. Spirit's going to talk about whatever they want to talk about, and that's just the way it is. Okay. Also, please don't mind my profane language. I don't beat around the bush and I don't sugarcoat anything. If I tell you that if I think you need to get over something, I'm going to tell you you need to get over it. That's just the way that we both heal people, but we do it in very different ways. So I hope that that's okay. Please don't take offense to anything that I say to you, because I'm not saying it to offend you, just to help you genuinely. And yeah, so no fertility questions, no death questions, no lottery questions. And what kind of reading would you like? I can't hear you.
Oh, there you are.
There you are.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you are. I can hear you now. So, did you say a general? You want a general reading?
Yeah, general reading would be awesome.
Okay, so if there are any specific questions or anything that you would like to know about or kind of touch on, just keep it in your mind's eye. Ask for your spirit guides or ancestors or whoever to guide you, give you the answers. So on and so forth. So, there is a rebirth happening for you right now. Death and rebirth. Something has come to an end or is coming to an end, and it's opening up new doors for bigger and better opportunities. But you need rest. You need to have a seat and take a break. Okay? You're doing the most, the absolute most, and you're going to end up you're going to end up burning out. And when we allow our brains to stop for a little while and those gears get to turning again, those ideas we couldn't come up with before, it's like, aha, like, oh shit, I get it now. You know what I'm saying? And understanding also that you are quite literally the magician. And what I mean by that is you have all of the power and all of the control over your own life. So whatever happens, aside from like death and destruction and natural disasters, you don't have anybody to blame but yourself. On the other side of the coin, you don't really have anybody to thank but yourself for your prosperity, your abundance, your success, because you manifest the life that you want. You have all the power, all the control. If you don't like the life that you're leading, change it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But the Seven of Cups reversed is a little bit concerning for me, because the Seven of Cups reversed is... Seven of Cups in general is choices and confusion. When it's reversed, it's to the extreme. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of confusion and probably a lot of negative emotions coming along with that. Excuse me, panic, worry, things like that. But also, and I'm just giving you the full scope of the card here. The Seven of Cups reversed can warn you that you may be being deceived by appearances. Maybe somebody is not being faithful to you. It doesn't have to be a lover. It can be a friend. It can be, a coworker, whatever. Somebody may not be being honest with you or upfront or faithful to you. And that there's a danger here that you are, idealizing a situation as a way of avoiding a very difficult truth. So make sure you're not doing that. Okay. And also, it's just Spirit's way of asking you to avoid at all costs becoming caught up in the drama and the bullshit until you're kind of like sure of where you stand. Does that make sense? Kind of clear on what your options are. Don't allow yourself to become involved in the drama, quite literally the drama. Then we have your King of Wands reversed. So for me, when it comes to the way that I read tarot and the way that I work with my guides, whenever I have kings or queens of any suit, 9 times out of 10, it is representative of a person instead of a situation in your life. It can be somebody in your immediate family. It can be your husband, a child, a sibling, or it can be somebody a little bit further out. But whoever it is, they have an impact on you in some way, shape, or form. Your King of Wands reversed first shows that you may be going through like a period of restriction where you're having a really hard time getting people to hear your voice and hear what you're saying. Where you're kind of like talking and talking until you're blue in the face and they're just not fucking getting it. You know what I'm saying? Typically because they don't care enough to listen to that extent. Or because they're just a fucking idiot. Either way. But on the other side of that, representative of a person, the King of Wands reverse represents somebody who is a bully, somebody who is selfish, very overly opinionated, very obsessive about their rules. This is somebody who is determined to win at any cost. They don't care who they have to hurt in the process to get whatever they want. And they don't like to listen to anybody that is not in agreement with them. You know what I'm saying? Moving on to your Queen of Cups reverse. Do you understand everything I've said to you so far? Does it resonate?
Yep.
Okay. So moving on to your Queen of Cups reversed. As a person, somebody who doesn't want to commit, somebody who doesn't want to contribute to a relationship, again, doesn't have to be romantic. Typically with the Queen of Cups, it is, but does not always have to be. And keep in mind too, that these cards don't have to represent somebody else. They can represent you. Just putting that out there. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying it could. So, again, with your Queen of Cups reversed, this is being emotionally rigid and closed off. It can also represent somebody who thrives on emotional turmoil, like a narcissist, someone who loves to gaslight and upset you on purpose and then call you crazy for getting upset. You know what I mean? They love to see you upset because of them and then make you feel like shit about it or make you feel crazy. You know what I mean? In terms of you though, and this is kind of funny considering what you do and, the deconstruction of that heart wall that you've already done for yourself. The Queen of Cups reversed can say like, hey, you're still not quite allowing yourself to give and receive love openly. Maybe not 100% believing that you're worthy of that or, trusting that whatever the case may be. And holding yourself accountable and responsible for your own emotion. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The Emperor is a lot of, it's kind of the same as like your King of Pentacles in the way of like, make the most of what you've got. Except the Emperor can represent, first of all, it can represent a very prominent, divine masculine energy in your life. It can be your divine masculine. We could be talking about your husband. But the Emperor tells you to take action, to take charge, be the leader. You know what I'm saying? This is somebody that everybody wants to be in charge. Does that make sense? Like this is the opposite of toxic masculinity. I'm lacking the words at the moment, but this is the leader that everybody needs, the leader that everybody wants. He takes action. He acts on things that he knows he has to act on, and he does it with dignity and with pride, but not a toxic level of pride. He's got his shit together. He's got life figured out. He's very reliable, trustworthy, dependable. He's also very loving, very giving, very nurturing when it comes to the people that he cares about. But opposite or on the other side of that, I guess, make the most of your assets. Like you are more than well equipped to deal with whatever it is that you're dealing with at the moment, but you need to get out of your own head. Remove yourself from your anxieties and your worries and whatever it is that you're panicking about. You have to get out of your own head. You also have to learn to accept when you have lost a battle. Does that make sense to you? Like, for example, when a relationship has ended, you have to learn to just walk the fuck away from it and let it go, as opposed to, like, have you ever heard the phrase, it's all over, bar the shouting?
I haven't heard that.
So basically it's like the fight is over, but we've got this one straggler over here who keeps running his mouth and keeps trying to stir the pot and reignite the fire. So don't be the asshole that keeps trying to stir the pot. Just let it go, walk away from it. Excuse me. You need to be able to recognize whenever something has come to an end, whether it's a job, a relationship, or what have you, and learn when to walk away from it with your self-respect still intact. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this is pretty interesting. You have the Empress, and she's reversed. So I don't know if you know anything about tarot, but the Emperor and the Empress obviously is your highest divine couple in the tarot deck. This represents soulmates, kindred spirits, two people who just fucking fit and they're meant to be together. But when one or both of them are reversed, there's something going on that's kind of breaking that connection a little bit. Some domestic strife. Typically, it has to do with finances, stress, that has, money stresses or work stresses. There's a work-life imbalance. But just the Empress reverse represents financial or domestic strife, a controlling or disruptive influence in the home. But also you're nurturing and mothering everybody else, but you're not doing it for yourself. And that's an issue. If that resonates, if it doesn't, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But if you're not mothering yourself the way that you just mothered me, that's a problem. You know what I mean? So, especially when it comes to healers, people like us who dedicate every waking moment of our lives to healing other people, and we neglect ourselves, that's like the perfect recipe for self-sabotage. You know what I'm saying? And then your Six of Cups reversed. This is romanticizing the past, being stuck in the past because you're too afraid to move forward because you're afraid of what comes after. Romanticizing the past in terms of like you're recalling a lot of past memories and events with a lot more positivity than they deserve. Like, it did not happen the way that you're remembering it. Does that make sense? It was a lot shittier than you're remembering it as. It did not happen that way. And yep. You just like stop doing that. And people from your past being in your current, like your present life, and they have no room in your present or your future. Like, these people, certain people have to stay in the past. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ooh, girl, what is happening? I'm not gonna lie. I was being ignorant, but I was not expecting this. I was not expecting these kinds of cards to come out for somebody as bright and beautiful as you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, your aura is such a bright, like it's like a bright lavender, almost pure white. And I was not expecting this. You have Temperance reversed and the Page of Pentacles reversed. And Temperance reversed is imbalance, unfairness. What you're putting into your relationships, you're not getting back out of it. It's not being rewarded. It's not being reciprocated. Your past is absolutely fucking dominating you right now. Going back to that Six of Cups reversed, your past is dominating your present and your future. A lot of these, painful past memories keep coming back and holding you back and making you feel held back and stagnating you. And if that's the case, if that's what you're struggling with, you need to focus on what you need right now in the present. The past cannot be changed. It can only be accepted and moved on from. So work on that if that's an issue for you. My main thing is, like, I don't know who this relationship is, but this is several times that this has come up. And if you're not experiencing it yet, then I would keep all three eyes open, because it could be a future event that hasn't come along yet. But with your Page of Pentacles reversed, this is somebody greedy, somebody very greedy and very self-serving, somebody who is quite literally helping themselves to you and to everything that comes with you. And they really just don't give two fucks about anybody but themselves, quite honestly. It's also about somebody very, like being very non-committal. There's that not wanting to commit phrase again that we've heard 2 or 3 times now. And a lack of progress and learning from past mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Procrastination, and not bringing your plans down to the earth plane. Does that make sense? So,
you mean goals?
Huh?
You mean like?
Yeah, like any future plans, any goals that you are trying to get to, it's just all still kind of up in the air, and you're not really bringing it down to your level and formulating a plan and putting a plan in place. You know what I mean? All work and no play, 4 of Wands reversed. This typically refers to a relationship that is more work for you than really it's worth. um, you're putting a lot more, like this goes back to temperance reverse, where you're putting all of this time and effort and energy into a specific relationship and it's not being rewarded or returned. It's kind of the same thing with the Four of Wands reversed, but also forgetting the importance of the little things, the simple things, not taking a second to, to slow down and kind of take note of everything that's going on around you and the abundance that you do have. Getting caught up in the drama. So going back to Seven of Cups reversed, where Spirit's telling you not to do that, do not allow yourself to become embroiled in the drama. Take a step back, have several fucking seats and stay away from it. And just in general, just this lack of harmony and feeling very disconnected. And it doesn't have to be disconnected from people in general or things, and nothing in general, just like, I'm sorry, in specific, but just in general feeling a disconnection. Which brings me to my Queen of Pentacles, and then I have the Chariot, and then I will be out of your hair. Actually, no, I'm not going to be out of your hair because I'm going to pull you some Oracle cards, and then I'll be out of your hair. Your Queen of Pentacles reversed, again, financial stress. Somebody very self-absorbed, smothering, helicopter parenting. You know what I'm saying? Overindulgence, that work-home imbalance that I was just talking about earlier. And materialism, where you're kind of hyper-focusing on money and materials, or feeling like you have to be further along in your financial situation than you are now. As a person, the Queen of Pentacles reversed is an emotional spender. She uses money to make herself feel better. She can be very mean with money on the other end of the spectrum. Somebody who keeps money from you or uses money against you. Also somebody who tries to buy people's affections. So if that's you, stop doing that.
Towards myself.
Huh?
Is that somebody doing that to me or me doing that to someone?
It's typically you doing that to somebody else, or even to yourself, trying to comfort yourself with money or material items, or trying to keep somebody around. Like, for example, trying to buy somebody's affections in a relationship, like, showering them with all these lavish gifts so that they'll want to be with you or love you or whatever. And then you have the Chariot. And the Chariot is literally, it's change, fate, destiny, victory, success, moving forward into your success, like a lucky break. You know what I mean? Serendipity. The chaos of creation. It just in general, moving forward. Like we're moving forward into our victory, into our success. We're not going to stay stagnant in the same place anymore. We're putting plans in place, like the Emperor said, and the Page of Pentacles reversed, bringing our plans down to the earth plane and putting them in motion and, doing something with them. You know what I mean? So, do you understand all of those cards? Do they all resonate with you? Do you need me to explain any of them even any further?
Honestly, I would say 98% of it resonates.
Okay. All right, cool. If it doesn't resonate, it may have not happened yet, or it may just not apply to you. That's kind of where I differentiate from other readers. I don't read tarot intuitively. Excuse me. I read the meaning of the card. And if I feel like my intuition is telling me like, and this is why this card has been pulled, then I'll say that. But 9 times out of 10, I'm just reading you the meaning of the fucking card, and it resonates. Really all that needs to be done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I say, take what resonates and leave what doesn't, because I always give the entire scope of the card. And sometimes one half of the card resonates and the other half just doesn't make any fucking sense. And that's perfectly fine. But other times it just hasn't happened yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Full moon in Scorpio, it's time to release negativity. Whatever that may be, whether it's doubt, fear, anxiety, regret, guilt, anger, whatever it is, let that shit go. Ain't nobody got time for that. Nothing will come of this situation. Does that make sense to you? So a specific situation that you may be dealing with, maybe something that you're worrying about, this is just kind of reassurance, like it's fine. It's going to be fine. You know what I mean? You don't have to panic about it. It's going to be okay. Oh yeah, my wife just said in the comments, she's had a lot of people come back and tell her what she said has happened. So it does have future cards in there sometimes. Yeah. I've had a lot of people come back and say, well, you said that I was going to catch somebody doing something wrong. I did. You said a secret was going to come out. It did. And a personal issue reaches resolution. So I feel like these last two cards are going to go hand in hand, where like, it's going to be fine. The issue's going to resolve itself, and you really don't need to stop fucking worrying so much. Stop stressing yourself out about it so much. You know what I mean? Did you understand all of those cards, or do you need me to further explain any of the oracle cards? All right, awesome. Thank you so much.
Yes,
Thank you so much for not only for doing that for me, but also for allowing me to repay you with my version of healing. I really appreciate that. Is there somebody that has passed that you're looking forward to hearing from?
I don't have a lot of people in my family that have passed, except I never knew like my dad. It was like a long time ago. He actually passed away when I was 3. He was my stepdad. My husband's grandma, they felt her. We were in a completely different city when she passed, and I heard her when she passed.
Oh, wow. That's
like,
heavy.
She came to me, and I don't tell anybody what she said just because it's so personal to me, but I heard her, and it was like one of the most spiritual experiences I've ever had. So,
has that ever happened to you again?
I've had other spirits come to me, but it's never been that drunk before. So,
do you realize that means that you are a medium, right?
Yes, I know I am. I just I prefer not to go down that road yet.
Okay, I got you.
I have put it off because there are some beliefs that I religiously don't line up, and I'm trying to figure that out for myself before I can fully commit to it.
Yeah.
And it's something that's been a really big struggle of mine, because the church that I belong to and the mediumship version, like the afterlife and everything, don't align. So before I can fully to doing stuff, and like if spirit comes and said that I'm totally cool with saying it, but like actually getting stuff, I don't feel like I can do that and be okay doing that yet. Like I want to, I pursue it, but
yeah,
more
you have to deconstruct that religious guilt that comes along with it, and like for me, it's a big thing for me understanding. And I had to come to this conclusion as well, because even practicing my craft, sometimes I still feel guilty because of toxic religion.
Yep.
And it was a big deal for me to finally understand prophecy is a biblical gift, and being able to communicate with spirit guides, with angels, that's a biblical gift. You know what I mean? And we were all made in God's image, correct? So why were we given these gifts if it's wrong to use them? That was a big thing for me. And I still feel a lot of religious guilt. So I feel you on that. But just keep in mind that people like me and you who are spiritually gifted, the longer we push those gifts away, it could potentially make you physically and mentally sick. So
it has
just keep that in mind. Yeah. Yep. See, there you go. Okay. Well, meditation is the best way to start. And if I can ever help you in any way, please let me know. I'm still learning myself. I'm still trying to develop mediumship abilities, but just pray about it. Just pray about it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's really all you can do. You know what I mean? You can't pick up the phone and be like, hey, God, is it okay if I talk to dead people? Is that fine or no? So it is what it is. And everything happens for a reason. So, but yeah, thank you so much. I truly appreciate everything that you've done for me. And I will be back.
Me too.
Okay, great. I look forward to it.
Thank you. I hope you guys have a wonderful night.
You too. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.